kicking it through the suburbs of Lincoln. Looks like we got some cruiser or standard guys in front of me. Might kick it up to Grass Valley. Like I said, today's some errands with a waste of time. I forgot to go to Home Depot and get a basking bowl for my turtles, but it's always tomorrow. So anyway, might kick it down Highway 20 into Grass Valley, go to the Honda dealership, come home via Auburn. We'll see how it goes. California's fine dairies over there. They claim cows in California are happy cows, but looking at that, on my own, well, I'll just leave it at that. I don't know how happy those cows look. They're just kind of stuck in a dirt field. It's interesting, this Mercedes not very good at cornering. On the Goldwing. Not waving to me. Well, I guess that's okay. Guys riding in shorts. Crazy. I do want to kind of lap this Mercedes. Whenever I see some, luxury car like that with blacked out lights, I usually figure it's some yo-yo-yoer. Guesses the biker dudes are going to the right. No stops. Just do a roll up. My guess is they're going to Goat House. Another new brewery down here. I went there the last time and they weren't open. That's the end of that story, man. I know. If somebody's watching this, it'd be like, and? So the and portion of that is, yeah. So they're supposed to be opening up soon. The guy, it looks like it's a kind of a one-man show. He's like planting his hops and stuff. I think it's called Dueling Dogs because he's got two dogs from what I remember. And they both came out and they were fighting for attention. But it'll be cool once it opens up. These guys are killing me, man. 49 they're going. I'm pretty sure the speed limit here is like 55. They're probably not real happy that Joe Honda's riding with him, but whatever. I think that last road we passed was where that Dueling Dogs brewery is. In the words of Johnny Lydon, I could be wrong, I could be right. But I'm not gonna. Let's see what kind of stops we get out of these guys. They do a rollio. That middle might be a Honda. Old Honda. I could be right. Showing my age there. I'm singing that song. Most people are probably like, what the fuck is that song? This is the street, I think. Alright, Park. And probably a good thing is if I don't see any signs that say Goat Dueling Dogs Brewery this way, probably a good chance it's not open. I find like usually when I go out with Mrs. Smith or a lot of other folks, I get stuck leading. So it's interesting, like being behind bikes, you kind of get, at least for me, like I got to be concerned of like my tunnel vision, if you will, you know, just target fixing on another bike. Fucking pain in my thigh again. It seems like whenever I'm on this road I get stung by a bee. Jesus, these guys, man. You can stop, put your foot down. It doesn't take that much of an effort. Nice thing about where I live now is, even though how urbanized it is, geez, these guys take curves slower than I do. Even for how urbanized it is around here, it's still a lot of great roads to go riding on. It's not too hard to get, you know, out and about. These guys make me look like a speed demon, which I am not, if you've ever been riding with me. Comes a burp. It's tough, man. I really try to get myself to like cruisers, you know. I feel kind of like anti-American that I don't have an American bike, but Christ, I even like standard bikes. I'm just not into cruisers. I'm not into the chrome. I'm not into having leather bags and stuff like that. You know, standard bikes, Honda Nighthawk. I'm down with that. Even my Hornet is, I would say, pretty much like a standard naked kind of bike. Yeah, these guys are killing me. Terrible lines through the turns. Again, I mean, I probably shouldn't be so judgmental. I taught myself how to ride, you know, back in the day in high school, and I never took any training until the Army forced me to take the MSF class, and then I had a few years off where I didn't have a bike, and you know, have a bike now. Obviously have a bike now. I'm fucking riding, but then I got a bike, you know, after that class, and I've been way more interested in just taking training and classes and stuff, and just trying to improve my skills and think more about what I'm doing. I feel like I'm following the Sons of Anarchy. I'm gonna guess here we're gonna want to take a right. Probably should have took Wise Road back there, but I didn't. So I'm not really sure where I'm going. Mount Pleasant. Oh, I know. I'm gonna take a right here. That's for sure. Look at that skull. Skulls on it. Wish I had my GPS on so I could kind of track this route where I'm going. The last time I was back in these parts, I was on the CRF, so I was going down a bunch of dirt roads, and I got all kinds of turned around. And that's a pretty sweet house there. Love to live there. And I'd love to live there, except I'd be out in the middle of fucking no man's land when I want to go someplace. Like, put a cooler in the car. We're going to the grocery store. That's killing me. Speed limit's 40, we're going. According to this, which is off, of course. Gotta say that. Learned that on videos last night. If your camera picks up your speed, you're supposed to say it's off. And mine actually is off, I know that, because I wound up putting a different size sprocket, so like on my bike. Can't remember if I went up or down. I think I actually went down, and the only reason because I didn't do the chain and sprocket myself, and I shopped the guy who did it for me, Dave. Nice guy, but nothing. Nice guy, you know. Let's leave it at that. But he was telling me he only had the availability to get aftermarkets in, you know, this size, and he didn't think it'd make much of a difference. And you know, he was right. I didn't notice a difference at all. God, if I get a passing lane, I gotta ditch these fucks. I mean, these fellow riders, not fucks. That's mean to say. Had the Hornet at a VFR, or hell, even the 700 GS, I'd probably just lap these guys right here. Something that has a little bit more oomph in the top end. I'm gonna just go left here and we'll see where it goes. Apparently, none of these guys' signals work. God, these bikes smell terrible too. Hard to ride. I'm not gonna lie. The Hornet smells a little bit because it's got a it's got carbs on it, so it's got a little bit more of a stinky smell. Yeah, obviously the 230 does too for the same reason. And the Ducati, man, that bike exhaust stinks, man, for some reason. Oh God. Again, like I said, if I actually post this video or I post more videos, you'll see I'm not a speed demon by any means, but these fucking people are killing me. This gives me something to talk about, you know. Before on a previous video, it's like I don't know what I'm gonna talk about, but oh, I know where I am, so I'm going to be, I'll be heading up towards, the way I want it to go, up towards Grass Valley. I was leading and there's a bike behind me, I'd probably just pull over and fucking wave them by. Simple as that. I kind of hate those stupid turtle things, because first of all, turtles aren't really that fucking slow. Okay, so it's kind of ridiculous. That was that slow thing. And then people, it's like, the speed limit here is, my guess is 40 miles an hour, even though we're going 30. But, you know, if you want to live on a road that's 25 miles an hour, then fucking live on that road. Don't live on a kind of a, you know, a main road and then expect people to go 25. I'm in second gear. That's how bad this is. Just a bug in the face. I hope my camera doesn't die. It probably will though. So that'll be riveting. Like if I get 1 million followers. That's been funny. God, I'm coughing because I'm laughing so hard. But people are like, oh my god, I wonder how that video ended. Did he pass those guys? These guys are like, Jesus, not even in the lane. Come on, boys. Looking down like my GPS is there just to see what's happening, but there ain't nothing there. These guys are killing me. Hopefully this is Dad and he's leaving his 2 kids around on a new ride or something. Although, I could say that about the last guy, but the middle guy looks way too old. Look at that, I'm gonna be just pudgy. – 20 miles an hour we're going. Jesus, please let there be a passing lane. Bothers me, it shouldn't, but people who don't ride like in a good formation, like I understand breaking it for like curves and stuff and when it gets technical, but it just looks sloppy. People are all over the lanes. Wow, we almost hit 40. 39 according to my wrong speedometer. So I'm really excited, man. Tomorrow go watch MotoGP, man. First of all, Marquez already won, so I won't be nervous, but Nicky Hayden is going to be replacing Danny Pedrosa, because Danny broke his collarbone and I guess practice at the last race, so that'll be awesome because I think he hasn't ridden for Repsol I think since 2008 or something. and when he was on the other Honda bike last year, he wasn't doing that well. So it'd be, I mean, I'd love if he could place. I doubt he will, but it'd be awesome if he could get into the top 5. It'd be sweet as hell. Also really excited that Honda has finally a new inline 4 CBR 1000. I guess I'm creeping this guy. Yeah, so he's even doing pretty well in World Superbike, even though the CBR is a shitty bike. Well, I mean, I shouldn't say it's a shitty bike. I think it's a good bike, but it's long in tooth. It needed to be redone quite some time ago. I'm waiting to get my camera off. Or it'll say battery low, camera off. It's funny, this is a good video on some of the slowest riding and worst cornering. Anyway, sorry guys, if I doubt there's a snowball chance in hell I'll even post this, but if you were to see it on YouTube, but I mean, I gotta call it like I see it. It'll be interesting to see if we come out on like Highway 49. So I'm thinking that's maybe where we're gonna come out. These guys are like, they just haul ass when they get on the big freeway. These guys are all pretty fine. Nobody's even going outside to take it on the inside. So I'm gonna go ride as well here, and then we're going to wind up going back. See, I know where I'm at now, so we're going to wind up going back towards Auburn. I always feel bad going to a bike dealership and I just want to sit on bikes, and especially a smaller one, you know, and just, I love bikes, or just going in there and being by all the new bikes. So usually I like to just buy something when I'm there, right? Like a can of chain lube or something or other. I think this guy raised his hand, so maybe they're turning someplace. Who the fuck knows? Nope. But yeah, nothing I need. I just bought fuel stabilizer when I was at Roseville. So yeah, I'm going the same way. I really need to get learn these roads a little better. Another hard thing about filming is, like, I just can't be singing in my helmet all the time, or which is funny because, like, the songs that come into my head are absolutely ridiculous. They're not things like, I know nobody knows me except like Mrs. Smith. She's the only one to probably watch this, but nobody knows me, so it's pretty funny if you heard the stuff I'd be singing. If not, it probably would not be what you'd think. You know, I just realized I probably should have turned off a different way, but it's kind of fun being behind other bikers. It gives me something to comment about. title for this one might be Cruiser Riders Make the NC Look Fast. And then you just got to put a picture of some chick showing cleavage on the front of your video, and that's how you get all these views. That's what I've noticed as well. But again, I don't care. I think it'll be just kind of fun to stick these up maybe on YouTube. And you know, if they get, hell, if people are like me at night, sometimes they got nothing to do and they want to watch a video, that'd be fine. But it seems like probably nobody will even find them. That's what I find with what's interesting about YouTube is you know, you get the same, I guess they call them moto vloggers. So you get the same guys that pop up excuse me, in your feed all the time. And part of that could probably be potentially because of my search history, right? So like if I've watched, you know, bike or car or something, a bunch of his videos, then they put up more of those or something. I haven't ridden in shorts in a long time. I don't even think I've ever ridden in shorts around the neighborhood just when I'm trying to dry a chain. I always put my my overpants on. But I think probably the last time I rode in shorts was probably high school, and so that's like late 80s, man. The good old days. Riding around in Chuck Taylors and gotcha shorts. Neon orange and blue. So yeah, my first bike was a GPZ 550 Cowie. I guess the word's precursor, right, to the Ninja. And yeah, that bike was fun as hell. I wrecked it though, like a schmuck. So you know, then what do? Buy a 86, I think it was a 750 Interceptor. I love that bike. That bike was awesome. And then wound up, you know, laying that bike down as well. So yeah, then I had a, you know, late 80s Gixxer. That bike was cool. I sold that. And then I had a FZR Yamaha 600 that I bought off my buddy. He bought it new, and then when he got back from the Marines, he was either in debt or he wasn't riding as much, so I wound up buying it from him. And that bike, I like that bike, man. I'm definitely a Honda guy, and it kills me to say I owned a Yamaha, especially considering all the, you know, the MotoGP issues. These guys having such a hard time. Just stay out of the fucking new paved area. Bike too, you'll be fine. Riding his brakes, it looks like. But yeah, but I'm a sucker for dual headlights, man. I love dualies. You know, that's probably the thing about the 700 and 750 VFR. It had the box headlight, whereas the 1000, the earlier ones, had dualies. But then I think they switched them over to a squarey because of because they were afraid it wouldn't be able to be DOT compliant. I'm not gonna lie, I have no fucking idea where I am in Auburn right now. Alright, see you later, cruiser dudes. Oh my god, so this is cool, man. I'm actually pretty close to where I'm working. Hopefully you didn't hear that. If you did, I don't know what song I was humming, if you will. We got over here 2 ducks, SV. I don't know what the second one was. I'm trying to think if I actually need anything at my office. If I needed something, I'd probably stop in and get it. But I don't. I got 143 miles on this tank of gas, so probably gonna need fuel soon. Maybe I'll push it. Rather than getting petrol in Auburn. So I saw Garmin has a camera. It looks pretty similar to a GoPro, and you know, I'm a Garmin fan. I'm kind of curious about that. Curious if it's a good camera or not. This truck, God knows why he decided to stop a car's length away. Because he's on his phone. Oh, because he wants to actually turn. I'll tell you what, I mean, there's a lot of different things. Oh my God, that guy had a dog in the back. Like, I never understand why fucking jackasses do that. I mean, granted, your dog in your car doesn't have a harness on, it's probably going to get fucking killed if you have an accident too. It'll be all over you, but I just always think it's like kind of ridiculous on a bike when people. That's the stupidest license plate thing I ever saw. It's not an Innie, it's an Audi. At least it just didn't say Audi again, because that's when it fries my eggs. When somebody has like a, I don't know, usually it's like a Lexus S something or other, and then they get a, and it already says that in the back of the car, but then they get a license plate frame that says Lexus S something or other, like you didn't see it the first time on the back of the car. It's getting pretty warm now. Kind of thinking I should have actually opened up my flaps rather than just zipping the vents open. We got the Popo here. That'd be another good way to get like views, right? You're like interaction with the Popo gives me a look or something. And you zoom into that like a million times. Oh yeah, so what I was saying before is, I mean, this bike's not good. It's a simple bike, but it does have a lot of good usable low-end power. I mean, I love the 650 GS, the BMW single. You know, that bike's awesome. But I'd say, like, this bike is easier to ride. Now, Mrs. Smith will disagree with me, and the one thing I will say with this bike is where I think Honda could do a better job is the seat. The seat is wide enough and high on this that I got a seat concept seat, and I decided to get the lower one. I probably could have done fine with the regular size one, but that's what I was thinking. Mrs. Smith would ride this a little more, and she really doesn't ride it at all. I think she rode it once, but yeah, I guess, you know, point being, this is, you know, it's considered a entry-level bike or a beginner bike or whatever the fuck else label they want to give on it, and I agree with that to an extent. I mean, I ride like 20,000 miles maybe a year, maybe less than that, but let's just say, you know, somewhere in that neighborhood, probably minus that, not plus. So between 15 and 20. And I like this bike. I don't have any issues with it, but I think for a new rider, the height potentially on the seat is